Well, I'm afraid to welcome back. Welcome to Ndaba Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel. We speak Kaizer Chiefs, we speak transfers. And yeah, welcome to my new video. If you are new in the channel, please let us subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Let us turn on the notification button. And yeah, if you enjoy the video, the like button. And let us have a conversation in the comment section. We're speaking transfers, a lot of transfer rumors. The window is open, but before we do that, happy belated 52nd anniversary to Kaizer Chiefs, biggest brand in the country, biggest football club in the country, and we are not ashamed of associating with it. We're not ashamed of associating with this team. All thanks to Ndaba Kaizer and everyone that has contributed to building this brand. And PSL, like I said, that PSL had promised to give an update on the Kaizer Chiefs matter, us missing the 2 games, and they did. In fact, they did. They were supposed to bring the matter into conclusion on the 5th of January, but that was not the case. Instead, they gave us more excuses, and they said that the matter is very complicated. Instead, they sent the case to the legal team, because they think it's complicated, it's complex, and the fact that Kaizer Chiefs intends to appeal, they don't want to make mistakes and they don't want to take it lightly. So we still await for a decision. Hopefully it's going to be made as soon as possible. We don't want to wait until the end of the season. There is teams that will be calculating points, qualifications, a lot of stuff, top 8, first position, CAF Champions League qualifying, qualification spots. We need this matter concluded as soon as possible. Players of Kaizer Chiefs are back into training. We were back yesterday, Saturday, and a lot of interesting faces. All players are back, I think, with the exception of Samir Nukovic, because still missing an injury. He's finished going through the surgery, but is still trying to come back, still jogging and stuff like that. So he's not part of the team. But an interesting face is Zuma. Zuma back in training after the drinking and driving saga, and everyone when we saw the video when the video was released, a lot of people were very happy to see him back into the village amongst other players. And he has a lot of supporters, a lot of people that wish him well, as a player with a lot of potential, and would not want to see that potential wasted. In fact, we hope Zuma will form part of the team, the second part of the season, and will contribute in the team. We know what he has in his feet. We know what he has, know what he can produce for Kaizer Chiefs, know what he can bring into that team, and we really need everyone back. We support him. We hope that this kind of unnecessary headlines won't be a thing of it doesn't get used to it. It just needs to leave that. As a professional player, it just needs to leave that. Focus on the game. Focus on his game. Yeah, it's good to see Msholozi back. And transfers, a lot of talks, a lot of players linked with Kaizer Chiefs, as always. A lot of players always linked to Kaizer Chiefs. But we're going to speak about the midfield position. I think Kaizer Chiefs is fine. As far as the back line is concerned, we're okay. We are okay with the goalkeeper position. I think the striking position, we might have a problem. But we're speaking about the midfield. Right now, we need the central midfield. There's a lot of players linked with Kaizer Chiefs. And I do agree that Kaizer Chiefs does need a central midfield. Right? We're using Ndlondlo and Ndaba Blom as central midfield players of Kaizer Chiefs, together with Nange and Cole Alexander. Ndaba is naturally a center back. Ndaba Blom is also a defender, a right back, and arguably the best right back in the country. Ndaba gives Kaizer Chiefs a lot defensively. I think defensively gives us a lot. It protects the defense of Kaizer Chiefs. He's there when there's high balls into the box, when there's counter-attacks, he's able to break those counters. But as far as the other requirements of the midfield is concerned, I think he's lacking. And he's not an imposing figure in the middle of the park. He's not good on the ball. He's not good in terms of build-up. And progressing the ball forward, and those are things that we need right now. I think we don't have. Nange box to box, but is not a player that's gonna. Nanga is not a player that's going to go back and fetch the ball from the defenders. Build up, and then progress the game. That is not a player like that. Cole Alexander, I don't think it gives us much. I think he's been committing a lot of mistakes. He's been yellow cards, red cards, suspended now and then, and even going forward, it doesn't give Kaizer Chiefs anything that is decisive or special. And what is it that we need in the middle of the park? What we need in the middle of the park, to be honest, need someone who's gonna boss the game. Need someone, a player that is very confident, deep playmaker, creative player in the middle of the park. Last time we had a player like that was Reneilo Yeyel Solonyana. I think it was around 2015-16. That's a long time ago. And then Malulek was snatched by Mamelodi Sundowns. Since then, we've been struggling in the middle of the park. Really, we've been struggling in the middle of the park. We need a very creative player. We need a bossy player. We need a player that is very confident in the middle of the park. We also need someone who will need assist Kaizer Chiefs with build up. Like I said, Ndlondlo doesn't assist with this. We just circulate the ball in the midfield, play sideways. I mean, at the back, play sideways. The two center backs, the left back and the right back, and a long ball. Long ball bypass the midfield into hoping that Parker, Billiard, and Dolu will hold up the play, and then that's when our attack starts. And that's not how things are supposed to be done. It's unsustainable. We need someone who's gonna play through the middle of the park, through the lines, be creative in the middle of the park, take on players when it is necessary, take necessary risks, through balls, and we need someone that can arrive in the box. Nanga does arrive in the box. Ndlondlo does arrive in the box, though is hardly used by the coach. But we need someone else, a player that can arrive in the box, play in the midfield, institute play from the defense into the midfield, and then arrive in the box. That is what we need right now, and we need a player, man, that can compete and be, Mamelodi Sundowns has players like Jali, Rivaldo Kotze, Orlando Pirates as Ben Mutswari, Monari, Goodman Musel. You can see they have proper midfielders, natural midfielders, bossy and arrogant midfielders, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. And if we are going to compete with them, we need the best as well. We can't. I think it's unsustainable. When Kaizer Chiefs plays with low block teams that look to play the Kaizer Chiefs way, transition football, sit back, play without the ball, we look very blunt. We can't penetrate, can't create. It looks bad. It looks bad when we play with the ball. When we spend a lot of our time with the ball, it looks bad. We need a player that is confident enough, going to make everyone play, bring everyone into the game, confident with the ball, pass and create a space, pass and receive, if possible 10, if possible take on a player. That is the kind of player we need, but a very confident player. A lot of players linked with Kaizer Chiefs. One is Ndlondlo, two Mokoena, Teboho Mokoena, Thabo Nodada linked with Kaizer Chiefs, Thabo linked with Kaizer Chiefs, and other players, a lot of other players, Yusuf Maart as well. And as far as these players are concerned, I'm thinking personally, Thabo, no, it's a no for me. It won't give Kaizer Chiefs anything more special than what we have right now. Yusuf Maart, I think, plays very deep. Plays too close to the defense, and he doesn't carry the ball. Plays sideways, plays long balls. I watched him with Sukune, plays long balls. I don't think that's what we need right now. Thabo Nodada, we need a player like that. We need a player like Teboho Mokoena. We need a player like Ndlondlo. But we know Capital City won't sell Thabo Nodada. They want to take him outside, or it's going to come very expensive. It's 26, 27 this year. We know that Supersport, Teboho Mokoena is going to be a very tough one. And that is the player that Kaizer Chiefs should go for. Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns are also looking, into that player, bringing him in. I hear that Mamelodi Sundowns is taking him very serious and also offering other players and money on top, they want to bring in Teboho Mokoena. Mokoena already has best midfielders in the country. They still want to add. Kaizer Chiefs need to break the bank for Teboho Mokoena. To be honest, if we can't get Teboho Mokoena, the next generation of the midfielders in South Africa, I don't know which one are we going to go for. National team player from the junior national divisions, your under 23 and lower than that, has been the main player in those divisions. Been playing for SuperSport longest of time. For SuperSport, started very young. He has goals in him. He is able to play as a defensive midfielder. He's able to play as a playmaker. He's able to arrive in the box. That is the kind of player we need. Ndlondlo, I think, is linked with Kaizer Chiefs as well. But I can accept Ndlondlo. To be honest, I can accept if we can't get Ndlondlo, I can accept. I think he has mistakes. There's a lot to build up on. But I think it's an option that I can take. It's an option that I can take. He has no goals in him, but he can take shots. I remember last season I used to watch him with TTM. He can take shots outside the box. Well coached, he can be a very good player, but 26 right now. I'd like to hear from you what you think about these players, what you think about the midfield position. Do you think we are fine? We don't need to break a bank? Do you think we need to push harder, compete with Mamelodi Sundowns? To get the signature of Teboho. Do you think SuperSport can release him in the middle of the season? Do you think Captain City can release Thabo Nodada? You think Gallant can release Ndlondlo in the middle of the season, which I doubt. But all that, let me hear from you. Otherwise, from me, Ndaba Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel, football from the fans' perspective. Love and peace.